What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video while holding down analysisplayground.com and feeding y'all the knowledge through basketball analysis YouTube channel. Thanks for the love and support as we're getting closer to the end of free agency, which everybody is pretty much gone, and the people that's left, we still have a couple more days to see where they're going to go. Might as well cover the small things that happened today for free agency day 6. And we can also cover and see what happens on free agency day 7 on Sunday. Frank Vogel will be back with the Los Angeles Lakers, which is important because he was a guy that people felt like didn't really want to be, they really thought he was not the guy they wanted as a priority. People felt like they were just going to use him and get rid of him for Jason Kidd. Now that Jason Kidd is gone to Dallas, they really locked in on keeping Frank Vogel. They like what he's about. They like how he coaches. LeBron and Anthony Davis obviously respect him as a coach, as they became one of the best defensive teams in the league the last couple years. And even though they're going to have trouble with that this year because they don't have the personnel that they had last year, some of the guys they had last year you didn't really think was great defenders, and they still was able to become one of the best defensive teams anyway. And a lot of that has to do to people buying in to the defensive schemes and philosophy that Frank Vogel has instilled or has shown, and they have executed that. So bringing back Frank Vogel is important, and I feel like they took care of that the right way. We don't really know how many years. We don't really know how much of the money that it will be, but I'm not a Lakers fan, so it don't really matter to me, honestly, because they can fire him and let him go whenever they want to. And if he continues to get the results that he gets now, it's smart to lock him up now and just keep that out of the way and just focus on basketball and getting back to the championship, which they just won last year. And even though they had a disappointing season this year, to me, Frank Vogel wasn't the problem just because he had nothing to do with injuries. He had nothing to do with AD going down. He had nothing to do with Caldwell Pope being a little injured. And he had nothing to do with LeBron going down for a significant amount of time, too. And even then, they still was able to make the playoffs, and people thought that they could beat the Phoenix Suns, which was the number 2 team in the entire NBA last year, and the Lakers were still beat up and unhealthy even then. So that just shows you the talent that this Laker team had, and how tough it is to beat this team. And some people like the direction. A lot of people, probably the overwhelming favorite, is not liking this team, but they figured out that a lot of these people didn't want to be here. A lot of these people had their own agendas. Let's get people that want to be here and want to play for this organization and this team, and let's go forward with that. The Russell Westbrook fit is going to be interesting, as Frank Vogel has never mastered the offensive side of the basketball game, and this team has a lot of pieces that fit, don't fit, and have a lot of players that's been inconsistent, including Russ, who looks amazing sometimes, and then sometimes he doesn't, especially in the playoffs. And then you have some role players that haven't really proved that they can be consistent in their roles, or just haven't been as great as they used to be because of age and not being able to do a lot of those things efficiently as they used to because of that. So the Lakers will be a team to keep an eye on. They're going to be a team that's going to be the talk of the world, as they always is, because they are one of the greatest, if not the greatest franchise ever, and they continue to win, and they plan on continuing that tradition this year. But it's a long journey, and we're going to see if they're able to do that again, even though they have a lot of questions. James Borrego will also sign a multi-year extension with the Charlotte Hornets. I don't have a problem with that, as they was overachieving. People didn't really look at this team as a playoff team, and they ended up not being that by the end of the season, but they also played a lot better together than we thought. Gordon Hayward missed a lot of time. LaMelo Ball, the Rookie of the Year, missed a significant amount of time, and they still was able to compete for a playoff spot through all that. And Gordon Hayward wasn't even healthy to compete for that spot, and they still, had a chance to be a playoff team as a young team primarily. They overachieved, and I like this team years ago. They have continually added good pieces that's young and hungry, and they play hard. They defend, and even though I feel like they've been struggling scoring the ball sometimes, that's a problem that they still gonna have to solve. But with the future having Book Knight and LaMelo and a lot of these guys, giving them more hope to the fans and making a brighter future now that they probably got their future backcourt that can really play off of each other and play with each other. That's something that you want, as a young team, and they have it. Plus, they have a bunch of guards and wings already that they can trade or, continue to develop. And this team could be a playoff team as soon as this year, just like they almost was last year. So I never had a problem with James Borrego. I have respected pretty much everything he has done with this Charlotte Hornets team since being a coach, even before they made this run that they did last year. And he should be rewarded with this contract. We just gonna have to see, is he gonna live throughout the entire contract, and will he be able to get them to the next level while he's on this contract? As the team continues to grow and develop, the expectations will be higher, and we're going to see if he's going to be the guy that can help them achieve them, meet them, or surpass them, like he has pretty much did the last 2 seasons with them. But now he has to do it in the playoffs and get there first. You got to take one step at a time to get to your goal, and then you cherish it even more. And we're going to see if they're going to be able to do that. Other than that, the other big news was guys actually agreeing to their contracts, but not going to talk too much about that just because it had already been out in the air. The Hornets also did waive Caleb Martin, who wasn't a huge part of their team anyway. Plus, they're probably going to get the spot to somebody else that they feel deserve it or can have more potential or can fit what they're trying to do, which ultimately makes sense for the Charlotte Hornets to do. And like I said before, they are interested in Larry Marketing, who will be a good fit for this team if he can really shoot the ball consistently, will give them something that they're missing, will give them something that has potential to get better, and also could be an all-star caliber player if he puts it all together, which he almost did, but still had a little bit more room to grow, which he still has now because he still is very young. Plus, he is in a situation where the market value isn't high for him. So it's not like they're going to be paying him a lot of money or they're going to really have to do a lot of maneuvering to get him. Not too many teams have cap space. Not too many teams have showed a lot of interest in him for what I've done seen and done heard. And to me, they should take a flyer on him and see what he can do and see if he fits the culture and what this team is trying to build. And then you can get a guy that can fit right along with LaMelo Ball and these other young players because of his shooting and finesse game, which they are missing, for that forward spot when it comes to that. And he can ideally fit it if he's able to stay healthy and really show that he's a great three-point and mid-range shooter, which he has shown potential but hasn't been able to put that all the way together either in his NBA career, especially for a long, steady time. But other than that, nothing really crazy happened on Saturday, which we kind of expected because, like I said, no teams really have no high number of cap space, and the teams that do, there's no big names out there as Dame and Bradley Beal hasn't requested trades, so all the superstars seem like they're going to stay with the teams that they're currently on for this point of the season. And other than that, it has been pretty much how free agency should be ending now. And Summer League will be starting, and that give us some more stuff to talk about and enjoy. And we get to see how good these rookies can really show us in flashes what they can possibly be in the NBA level and how they're going to be utilized on their teams at the NBA level and how they might be playing in the future. So that's something exciting and something fun to look forward to. But nothing crazy, nothing big really happening. I feel like the biggest news probably was the coaches, but both coaches really make sense for the team, so that makes sense to get them locked up for now. And other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm signing out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your night and enjoying your weekend. Just had to check in and give y'all that analysis for the night. Other than that, I'll be gone. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, analysisplayground.com founder. I'm out.